And just do one of those. Oh, hello.
Hello.
Oh, hello.
Hello, welcome. I'm Andrew.
I'm James.
And we're with Unscripted Tours. We're here to talk about some interesting subjects today.
Yeah, I have no idea what we're talking about today.
Oh, you don't?
No.
Is death and violence and bloodshed all right with you?
Perfectly fine.
Oh, well, it's 11 a.m. somewhere. So the first thing I want to talk to you about is when you think of ceremonies at the Capitol, which ones do you think of?
The inauguration's a big one.
Inaugurations, of course. People coming into power.
Yes. Impeachments recently.
Impeachments.
It's not really a ceremony though, but yeah.
Well, there's other ways people leave office, and
True.
unfortunately that sometimes means death.
Oh, yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, the Capitol Rotunda is now semi-famous for hosting funerals, especially for presidents and anybody that Congress really wants to honor. But do you know who the first one to lie in state is?
I mean, I should, because I worked there for many years.
Yeah.
But I've stopped working there for 2 years, so a lot of my knowledge went away. I'm going to guess Abraham Lincoln.
Abraham Lincoln is a good guess. He's probably one of the best known that has had a funeral in the Capitol. But while he was the second, there was somebody that did come before, and that is Henry Clay, Senator Henry Clay of Kentucky. Clay was someone who was revered really by the country as a whole. He was holding the country together for 40 years. He ran for president several times, never quite made it, but he was really well liked. Even if he was making everyone compromise on things they didn't want to compromise on.
And there's still a statue of Henry Clay in the building, in Statuary Hall.
That's right, just off to the side from where he laid for everyone to say goodbye to him. He actually started off his funeral on July 1st of 1852. He started off in the Senate chamber. That's where a lot of funerals were held for members of Congress, either in the old Senate chamber or the old House. But by 1852, you had a lot more senators. The room is small, and today we think of the Senate chamber, the current one, as being quite nice and refined, this solemn space with beautiful wood and artwork, but that's not how the old chamber was.
Yeah. I've been in there, so it is much smaller than the current chamber.
Yeah.
But they're all pretty rooms compared to my studio.
Yeah, the old chamber, if you go into it today, pretty nice. What that didn't show was all the dirt, the grime, the smells, and the cramped space with over 60 senators in a relatively small room.
Male senators.
Male senators.
Yes, I'm a guy and I'm used to male guy things. I can imagine bachelor lifestyle, hashtag.
Yeah. So imagine a funeral happening in that space, and it's not only all the senators that are there to say goodbye to him, but representatives, local DCites, and anybody who really want to say goodbye to this man. So it's small. It is July 1st.
This is before air conditioning.
Before air conditioning, before they invented cold.
You've never been to DC in July. It is, I like to refer to it as Satan's taint.
That's definitely making it.
Oh, okay, that's better. If you've never been to DC in July, I refer to it as Satan's armpit.
Yeah, it's not fun. No. So you have this really small cramped space, and they decide we need more room to honor this man. And there's this huge empty round space that's really not used for much. The Capitol Rotunda, no official work goes on in there. And so they decide to pick up his casket and kind of impromptu crowd surf this man into the rotunda, put him back down, and the funeral starts again. And unknowingly, they began a tradition that still leads to this day.
Crowd surfing a casket?
Honoring those in the capital rotunda.
That's much better.
That makes more
That's
sense.
much better.